it would be like, oh, they were too easy to figure out. Well, that's not going to happen with God B. Now they've got the tactical basis behind them. So let's see if they can win this big semi.
All right, the first map is going live. It is Overpass. Bringing you the action, it's going to be Helium Launders. Take it away, gentlemen.
Thank you so much, guys. Here we are, semifinals, CEVO Season 7, Navi versus Mousesports going into the pistol. But before we do, I'd just like to remind everybody, if you need a tutor in either chemistry or physics, you probably don't hire Thorin for that job. All right, though, Launders, let's go through this pistol. What do you notice here off the early buys?
It's looking like a really heavy shot towards B, and it's going to be a straight one. It looks like Flamey's the only one here defending as well. So Mousesports might have done their homework, as he's going to be trying to shoot, but for the most part is only going to look to... Oh, and this is the cradle that we saw Mousesports try to pull off last time. If they went straight into B, however, I think that would have been the better play.
Yeah, they would have had it, although I wonder, yes, you get into B, you might get the bomb down, but holding that, you know, just without any smokes or flashes to stop Navi from pushing back in on the retake, it's so hard to hold. But as we see, there are actually no kits here for Navi on that CT side. He's just taking some damage. He's got one grenade, and well, there was that early action, but now Mousesports has backed completely off. Zeus still spawning down the monster area here, back towards sandbags.
Wait, I think they took Navi's pistol. Or did no, Mousesports pulled this exact same thing off. So they get all the players at A site to back off into the site instead of playing forward bathroom control, because they don't know, once they thought it was going to be a B hit, once they started to half rotate.
They can't safely go back out.
Exactly. And that's allowed Mousesports to take control of the map any way they want without having to fight for it. Chris Jay's actually pushing up long, and he was the lone man over there. So now they have a free entrance into the B site. And look at the mini-map. We've got all the players from Mousesports stacked up over towards A once again.
Seems like Navi might have figured it out. And now Zeus going to strike. That's going to bring down Dennis. So it puts Mousesports now trying to retake that B site that they could have had earlier on in the round. Went for the mind games, but now it's not quite paying off as they're pushing in. Flamey here in pits, still alive. And look at that. Navi going to take the first round, not even losing a member here, and almost a team ace. Only Flamey not getting on the board there.
Yeah, actually, Flamey was there at the backside. Oh no, he didn't actually get.
He didn't actually get a kill initially, no.
Oh wow, it was Zeus there who got 2 frags, and he was the lone man spotting it. Did so much damage. He was the person in B side back there.
He was a graffiti,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so he was doing a lot of damage early on. If it ended up just being a straight up B hit, it would have been much more successful. And I wonder if that's Navi looking at their demos, or if that's Mousesports looking at Navi's demos, because the way that Navi were set up initially, it was for that late round A hit, right? And that's what Mousesports did last time they did that cradle strat. This time, they took it right back to B, and they ended up only having to go up against one person, but they never got to take him out because they couldn't trade, they couldn't get in.
All right, so interesting thing to note here, next, rocking the dualies. Up against the rifles here, the 1 MP7
2 guns are better than 1.
That's true, 2 is better than 1, you can't argue with that. Although, with the way the pistols work out, it's a bit odd. I mean, we see some players use them. He's got a nice skin for it, so we'll see. Guardian with that FAMAS though, keeping his range. Finding an early frag, he gets one of the players that's got B, trying to work up long. Not quite working out for him. Sees with a grenade. That's, again, going to further dissuade the Mousesports from coming out of that bathroom, and he sprays them all down. Actually, he only got the 1. He's on the 2 assists. Guardian and Edward finding the kills there. And it is just going to be Speedy here left by himself with that P250, trying to just, you know, inflict maybe 1 point of damage to Seized. That's about all it'll take right now. Instead, he finds Edward, and he will find that kill too. So that's 1 rifle down. Seized is right there. He'd like to live so he can pick that back up. Guardian on the other side looks like he couldn't just seal the deal. Will he be caught off guard though? No, Guardian's got it. And you'll see Seized, he picks up that M4A1S.
All right, okay, so here's some Guardian fans. Could be Guardian fans.
Probably
could be their
fans.
shot caller. Could be their shot caller. But some Navi fans in the crowd, and I'm sure for good reason. This is their map pick, so.
Yeah, we've seen them on almost every LAN in the last like 3-4 weeks.
Now, Hiko pointed out that Mousesports, when the map was picked, they seemed pretty okay with it. Like,
you have to expect it, right?
They have to expect it, and the last time they played well on it. And it's a map that they banned several times during the regular online season and always did well playing it. So that's kind of curious.
So charging through that Molotov, maybe they might have extinguished it with the smoke of their own. I didn't quite notice, but running to that rifle, they will find Flamey, who's only able to get 1. Oh, and 2 grenade kills, just raining down pain from up in that window. Zeus gonna find Dennis. And that's actually the bomb pulling the fake off towards that A site. That rotation, though, coming back up. If they go quick enough and just get in front of that site box, the flank isn't actually on its way. So they could plant here, but they're pushing right through. They actually find the bomber first, and Seized and Guardian just shut it down. And now we'll get into round 4. Mousesports finally will have those rifles.
Super tough in that situation to pick what side of the site to plan on. Like, you can plan for bank and CT if you think the rotates are going through stairs or there's forward A control. And that's what they assumed, right? That they there wasn't any resistance there, so why wouldn't Navi push up? But it turns out Navi were actually rotating through stairs. Guardian was really late up into bank, and they couldn't plan on that side. But bathroom side was wide open.
Yeah, it was. So here's maybe what we've all been waiting for. Guardian and Chris J both picking up those ops, and we'll have to see if we will get to witness those duels. We know that Guardian most of the time is just going to be playing off that planter, the flowers over there at long.
Yep.
So if Chris J, if we ever see him going over there with the AWP, you got to watch out. But for right now, he's kind of lurking outside of B with Speedy. And Speedy generally for Mousesports is that player that's always going to be watching the back. And there it is, Guardian finds Gombi. So going down a man early, taking out that in-game leader. So Mousesports once again starting from the back foot.
Being 5v4 on this map as a terrorist is one of the most difficult things to come back from. Even though people are forward in bathrooms, it's just so difficult to deal with a crossfire when you're down man. And it looks like Nex is actually going to take his talents down the stairs with the bomb. That is Dennis. Zeus is sitting out here.
He's in a really good spot.
He's going to hear this.
Yeah, he's got that those audio senses kicking in. He's in a great spot. Will it go checked? It will not. He's going to drop the bomb. Nex does get that trade out, though. Chris J in the site. Can he open this up? Hits a nice little flick over to Flamey. Opening things up now. See the rotations coming in. Those CTs trickling down. And it's actually Mousesports now back with the advantage. C is going to drop himself out. Might have been unseen. Flashes were going off. Yeah, Chris J caught completely off guard. His allies from the sandbags not able to help out. 2-on-1 now, and it looks like enough time. No, I thought they were going to go back up the stairs perhaps, but coming through sandbags, sees if he can hit these shots, he'll win it. But oh, he was running out of ammunition. Has to go for that reload. And there it is, Speedy peeking out, not going for the plan, and he'll win them that first rifle round, but still costly.
Yeah, he just outplayed C's pretty bad there. There was about 10 seconds left. C's thought, okay, he's going to put this bomb down, play the 1v1, and not know whether or not I'm close or if I'm coming around the side. And instead, Speedy peeked out immediately and took that risk and got the frag. That was definitely a good way. If you get the opportunity to kill somebody while running forward, always take it. And Speedy recognized that opportunity there. But that was a pretty big mess up by Mousesports in the sense that they left the bomb at Cat after they traded out so well on B, and from a 3v1 situation.
Oh, Nex never actually picked it up, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it could have cost them it, but Speedy gets him through. And Navi with, you know, keeping everyone alive, multiple submachine gun kills in the first couple rounds, still have enough to buy up here, and, well, it's working out for them. Guardian hits an op shot. Edward before that with an M4. So it's just 3 people. Chris J gonna maybe need to hit some shots, try to open this up. But I wouldn't think Navi is gonna peek out and give them an inch whatsoever.
Give it an inch.
Yeah, trying to get up.
Zeus spots ahead of 2 players out at short, and he's going to be able to just hold an angle on here. And once again, they had that 5. It's a 5v3 actually, so spotting 2 players, majority of the team is a big deal.
I think Speedy was trying to go for the spam to bait shots coming back through the plywood, and then Nex was going to pick off the sandbags. I kind of like that, just make the distraction, then go for the peek, but unfortunately the smoke came down.
Now, there are a lot of people in B right now. Flamey is one of them. He's going to try to pull off a spray on Chris J. Only does a bit of damage, but only a bit is returned, and Guardian is there to pick up the slack. Chris J left alone, 1v4 with a bomb, finds one.
And no damage taken there, and he hits the leg there. Unfortunately, it doesn't come home with the kill. Still, you know, we can see that Chris J is already hitting his shots. It's just unfortunately, you know, he's trying to hold back. He's trying to support the sniper, like supporting the initial push, and they all went down. He was left in a 1v4, basically an impossible situation. And back on to, well, it looks like the force buy coming in from Mousesports.
That's a little bit curious. They win a rifle, lose a round, and opt to just spend all their money right away. So maybe they were anticipating a double save and decided, okay, we're just gonna throw it all in this round, see what we can make from it. If we do win it, you know, it's a great opportunity. Pick up an op, pick up 2 ops actually, destroy the economy of Navi, put a round on the board, and be able to buy next round.
So. Did Mousesports play Overpass yesterday at all? I was casting during that primary game.
They played Overpass yesterday.
That was actually that's their first time they played Overpass on LAN.
Cash Dust too.
Yeah, so this is the first time here that they're playing Overpass on LAN, and they don't even play online all that often. They're 6 and 5 throughout the various online seasons, and we can see while talking over the round a little bit, but trying to work into A. A little bit of a delay explode there up short.
No,
it doesn't quite work out.
Mousesports played Overpass versus Luminosity.
Okay, so they did play it once.
Yeah.
But Navi quite a different animal than Luminosity, I would say.
Yes. a much bigger mythological creature.
We'll pick one later. We'll figure it out between maps what they're going to be. So now Mousesports onto that full eco.
Again, this 2-op setup of Navi is going to be interesting to look at. We got Flamey moving over towards B, and again, the power of having these ops means that you could separate them, cut off 2 sides of the map, feel very confident in leaving them solo if you feel the need to over-rotate, and never leave that site in complete danger. It does seem like Flamey's actually moving over towards A. I don't know where they want to put him at this point, but you can hold an angle on bathrooms if you do a boost. If you do a boost, and from that same boost, you can watch along. So, but now there are 2 ops here. If they don't hit their shots, they're going to get closed on by these blocks.
Yeah, they do still have those trusty USPs. Flamey takes a quick peek and takes someone down that Edward had already lit up. Now Zeus just going to push on forward with that Tech 9 and close down that little eco push back to the A side. So A 2 times in a row for Mousesports. Do you think they're some mind games now they'll rush B, or are they scouting A for information and a proper execute coming to this this next rifle for them?
So the thing is when they went to take control of bathrooms last round, where they fell apart and it was 5v3, it's because both players out there died. And Navi very good at controlling long, and so I wouldn't be surprised if Mousesports was scared of trying to take it. And it looks like, I don't know if they're actually going to split towards A at this point, but yeah, the one adjustment I'd say they need is to have an extra man there to make sure that they can trade, because even if it does end up in a 3v3 situation, that's going to favor Mousesports, and they know that now. We've got multiple people waiting for a push at long, and I assume they're going to want to delay the take. Yeah. CEVO is looking right over the smoke, though. Will he be spotted?
Let's see. Obviously knows that players are there now with that grenade coming through, and the way that Mousesports is actually kind of set up on this kind of default strategy, they're leaving their backs completely open. Only Speedy next to that ladder, so if Flamey or Zeus were to decide to push through B, they would get so much information so quickly, and actually Speedy now will rotate back to cover it. But we're looking at Chris J right here. He's trying to find Guardian, who is very much expecting him to be on top of those flowers, as he often is. But as we see, Guardian in the back of that site, just waiting for someone to peek up.
Yeah. Now, what we saw multiple times, right, from Navi was Edward pushing long late, wrapping on Cloud9, and hitting A that way. Mousesports waited them out, so I can see why they did that. At this point, Navi have conceded all the map controls, coming down to the last 30 seconds, and we're working on an A split.
I like this crossfire that Edward and Seast have set up, kind of, you know, moderately aggressive out of sight. Chris J opens up the round, though, and Edward will not get his 1 kill that he kind of does need to find from that position. Next instead hits those entries there, coming out of the bathrooms. 2 kill for him. Nice smoke wall down here on the set strat. Zeus, though, here's that plant right through the smoke. He'll bring down next. Chris J gonna wrap around that truck, finds him with the op, and now it is just Flamey coming up from that flank. Let's see if he can find a shot. Looks like after plant positions are going to be pretty solid. You got 1 at long, and again, Speedy kind of in that corner. A lot of people play, and Speedy caught off guard, but actually does flick over, and he lands it.
Pretty impressive stuff right there. That was a great A-take from Mousesports, who pretty much played Navi's game. Waited for that free pick to make it a 5v4. Navi did not give it to him. I think we're wary of the fact that it might be some sort of A play. And then pushed up long late, got all the way halfway up bathrooms, and then once that crossfire was there with, was it Zeus and Edward? I think ironically, Seas and Edward, right. Ironically, Seas got a kill from a position that looked a little bit more dangerous, and Zeus didn't get his from his OP spot. Obviously, Nex being the hero there, taking them both down, and because of that, they were able to take the site. Now, Navi do have enough money for an op. They're going to have 2 this time, and that's not a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, and I know I've commented on this a few times, but it's actually Flamey that's been picking up the op. I thought it was maybe a gimmick when they felt that they outclassed their opponent, but it seems like they have diversified a little bit. Guardian, though, the only one on this round. And Chris J, he's again looking up top. Guardian peeking off the side, and he brings him down. So now Navi with that man advantage.
You just simply wouldn't expect it.
Yeah. All right, next, moving through the bathrooms, and we've got Seized. He's pushed up with Guardian supporting, and here's this pop flash that you always want thrown if you're in Seized's position, but oftentimes we'll see confusion or short will get compromised and that support backs off and you get in I mean, Seized's position really without the support from that van that Dennis is looking at, it's like a 0 kill, like 50% chance that you actually kill somebody, but there he goes, he gets it. Edward finds next, Zeus to get Speedy. Edward, the only one to go down here. Zeus cleans it up with that kill onto Gob B.
Yeah, now it's It's and this is what makes Navi so good at this map, right? Even though they have more than one setup for the CT side, whatever setup they are using to adjust is working out beautifully. They had Zeus in the exact same spot. All they did was take, or excuse me, C's. All they did was take out Edward from that really like 1 kill position, and I think that's what you just mentioned. And managed to get the better of Mousesports, who were used to such a similar setup in these past few rounds, like going up against the same thing over and over again. Navi finding a way to reinvent themselves.
Zeus missing that jump nade a little bit. I think he wanted to get it in through that door. And it seems like Mousesports with the pistols will go in for that, you know, complete construction control.
Oh, look at Gob here. Zero, man, in the sight.
He's over here.
Pushing up on Headshot Flame. He's going to take some digs. Will he go down? He actually gets that frag.
Not the cleanest, but he does find it with that Glock. You know, the Glock just showing off how good of a gun it really is. But look at this, holding from Graffiti. Zeus finding 3 kills here. Haven't been tested very often at B the last couple rounds. Flamey and Zeus probably getting a bit restless. I'm surprised they haven't like been pushing through, because it was A like 3 or 4 times in a row coming out from
How did Gob even do that? I don't even know how you end up in pit.
Completely sure, to be honest.
Just walked in cat, like walked into the pit, and yeah, that ended up working out really well. Now we saw Flamey, I mean, was actually a weakness at Headshot when they were facing Luminosity. Like I mentioned, like Lex was able to walk in long B and hit those shots. Actually, their weakness, even versus Luminosity, their weakness was that if Luminosity picked the right time to walk into something, walk long B, walk long A, walk long B, they were able to get away with it. So if Mousesports can find the appropriate timings, they won't have to go up against a series of counter flashes and nades, which isn't even that common on Overpass anyway. Here, we're going to have forward cat control. 2 players here, Guardian and Edward, but oh, Chris J entering with the knob? What is this?
And they played so heavy towards B, Navi, right? They probably noticed that Mousesports went with pistols to A a couple times, then brought the rifles there. They just did the same thing to B, and Navi adjusted to play heavy on towards the B site, but Chris J just shut them down. Guardian, though, does find one. Edward from Monster almost finds himself a triple. He will be denied, though, by Dennis. That brings it back to a 2-on-2, though. HP favoring Navi, and now it's just Gob. Seized found that frag. Gob working himself in. He was the ninja on that last round, but here he can't bring it home. Seized will find him, and it's 9-2. It's going to be perhaps very rough here for Mousesports in the first half.
Yeah, that was rough. I mean, that was a very pivotal round. It would have been 8-3. Mousesports should have won it. They had man advantage up until Edward pushed their smoke at long B as kind of a high-risk, high-reward play, considering they were down a man. I think it was necessary, and it was really calculated. Like, who would expect a flank to come out that quickly after you kill 2 players in the site, right? And it's because Navi actually pushed out two into the site and 2 short B. And even in the face of that stack, Mousesports almost got the better of them. Now, with that being said, they traded him out in pit. Still couldn't plant the bomb in time, and then ended up having Guardian come out to get a couple of kills with his op.
Oh, wow. Edward way off with that initial aim. The spray, he couldn't quite recuperate. Sees, though, from this dumpster on those stairs, going to find another 2. Looks like Edward did land some shots. He comes in on the assist. Guardian as well, finding next. And now it is only going to be Gabi and Dennis. They've actually, you know, they've got a couple people. Guardian, though, is going to move forward with that P250 and get it done.
You know, I know why Mouse banned this map now. Is it because whenever I see them play this map, they look so great on CT side. They just have because they have Chris J as an op, because they have so much utility from all of their players and thorough CT side setups. With Gob calling, it's so important to keep a team coordinated on Overpass, and I know it sounds like something you'd say for every map, but because you have all your CT players in forward aggressive positions, constantly moving around, it's really hard to make sure that everybody's watching things at the appropriate angles,
especially
while
when you
taking
get
care of
into
their
less
teammates.
than 5v5s.
Yeah.
Like, flanks can open up on this map absolutely crazy.
Exactly. Oh, Guardian.
Yeah,
shooting between the eyes there.
Will he be able to fall back from this position? He moved up towards the party. It looks like he will be all right. Staying alive, falling back. Although into a 3-on-3 right now after that middle control. I guess Mousesports sort of won out. Guardian down in the stairs. Not where we often see him, actually. That was the only place he felt quite safe to fall back to. And look at this, he's going for the loop-de-loop. Go up that ladder. Seized. Oh, just playing a... That's a pretty off angle, just behind that slim light post there.
Yeah. Sometimes it's what you need to do.
Oh, Guardian finds next. That was the bomb carrier as well in this brief 2v3 for Mousesports. Now 1, and Zeus with the grenade coming in. That brings down Speedy. And 11 rounds here for Navi. Mousesports having a very rough first half. But to be honest, seeing this map come out, Mousesports have never played it on LAN, or maybe played it once here prior to this. But we've seen them online, like struggling in the regular season for CEVO against Existence, like on Overpass. It was very close with the same exact roster. So I wasn't expecting all that much. Maybe they can turn it around on CT side, like you mentioned.
You know, that was a while ago, though. I don't even
Yeah.
know, was that even the same like full Mousesports lineup?
I think
It's,
so.
like,
Maybe like Legia was standing in that match or something.
yeah,
But
and like Mouse are like super good right now. I wouldn't hold them to the precedence of any roster before Copy and Next. And whoa, Chris J just getting into the long B, catches Edward with a smoke out. Flamey to trade, gets 2 players, and now there's 3 left. It's gonna be
He's
a
got the
last
bomb down,
effort
too.
here from Speedy.
oh, trying to pull down and to the left, as that's the way the spray goes. Well, eventually to the left with that M4A1S, but he doesn't quite hit that target.
Oh.
He goes down Guardian. Uh-oh. This is that shot, but Zeus is like, don't worry, bro.
I knew you'd miss.
I knew you'd miss that shot. If it's not really hard, you just can't hit it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes that's how the op works.
You know, this is one of those maps that's like, apart from a couple small mistakes, there were pivotal rounds that put Mousesports on saves, and in the opportunities that they had to win rounds, I feel like they did come close. It might be a matter of confidence. It might be the fact that they didn't pick it and weren't as prepared. You know, the preparedness is something that Navi has through and through, and it's shining right now, obviously, because as Guardian looks at the game, right? It's in that interview he mentioned, you know, it's whoever makes whoever makes
least
least
mistakes. There
mistakes,
you
right?
go.
And for Mousesports right now, it's how do we find advantages on the map, right? It's not about that because they don't have everything ironed out. But next,
Standard jumping Tech 9.
Puts on his cape.
Welcome to CSGO. Edward, though, finds that bomb on Chris J. Speedy with the trade out there. So Mousesports will maintain that man advantage. Speedy with another one, make a double on the round for him. C spraying down from that semi-truck once again, not quite on point with that initial shot, and then spray follow-up, and next with the op, and maybe salvaging it a bit. 12-3, not going to be solid for Mousesports, but perhaps a bit of a momentum grab with the last round of this first half.
Mm-hmm. You know, they do have to worry about the pistol, but at a certain point, I don't know when you check out mentally as Mousesports, considering that you didn't pick the map and that half went as badly as it did. And we're going to take a look at the box scores and see if we can pull anything from the stats. Yeah, diagnose the issues. Yeah, the thing is that the stats are not going to say so much about what the merits of Mousesports' strategy, but yeah,
well, we can see Dennis with only 2 frags. If you look back at Gfinity, those maps, those best of 3s against Virtus Pro, it was Nex and Dennis just absolutely going off, leaving everyone else in the server behind. So not showing up together, but then again, it is T-side overpass.
Yeah.
So it's not the easiest to find those frags. Chris J with 10.
I feel like, you know, Dennis and Speedy, we've both seen them play like super well, like and versus really good teams. Mm-hmm. And you know, they're regarded as support players that are just a little bit less known. But if this team does become like a premier team, Dennis and Speedy, I feel like have the room to be really great players, right? Like have a lot of room to grow.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, so we got that first pistol round of the second half starting up now. Switching sides, of course, it'll be Mousesports under that CT. If they can start off, set the pace, get the first 3 rounds in a row, I think they can make a comeback, at least a little bit. But I would still fully expect Navi to take this first map. Looking forward in the series, though, Dust 2 and Train.
Yeah.
That's going to be very contested if we see all 3 maps.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here we have a forward A setup. Oh, Dennis puts one in the dome of Guardian. Easy, he says. And we have Edward and Zeus coming up the stairs, but they have conceded bathrooms at this point. It's only Chris J here to spot long, and he'll fall off at any point. Again, you have that man advantage. It's all you really want. Now you can just play sites.
Yeah, Dennis was still spotting short somewhat aggressively, took 1 shot, immediately fell back, so now they have kind of forfeited all of that control. So the bathroom's belonging here to the terrace. Chris J, though, with the 1 tap onto Flamey, will take him down. Edward now going to push through. They made Edward the raid boss here. He goes for the Tech 9 and the Kevlar. He's got a lot of work to do, though. Mousesports still with 5 members. Seized also P250 and armor for himself.
Huh, and they're wondering who gives up long like that, because Navi putting their presence there immediately turn around and take it downstairs, but there is a player, Speedy, who's going to have pressure put on him right now. Oh, had a flash come out. but it isn't enough. C's in the water now.
Yeah, that secondary player, or C's coming out second, was not blind at all, so able to save his buddy there and keep it a 3-on-4 from Navi's perspective, and they'll reverse it right back around now, coming up those A steps. Dennis here trying to hold them off. Edward's going to go and find 1 kill. Gob striking onto Zeus. Still the advantage, but look at the HP here on some of these Mousesports players. Dennis still with a quick peek on 6 HP, finds 1, lights up another, and Nex is there to close it out. Mousesports, there it is, setting the pace in the second half. They find that first round.
You know, you can just look at the scoreline as a CS player. See 12-3, and that looks daunting. As soon as you see 12-4, that's a lot of relief, right?
Easy, we got this.
Yeah, easy, we got this. I mean, you have the opportunity to build up a little bit of money as long as provided that you win the next couple of rounds. It won't be easy. It won't be easy. You know Navi are going to force up. You know they're going to have nades, and you know they're going to have an eco strategy.
These lovely umps.
My umps.
There you go. That's what I was going for exactly. Shout out to Fergie, I guess. But that's kind of weird, seeing all 4 of them going for the UMPs, and 1 FAMAS there for Dennis. Let's see how they want to play it. Get the submachine guns a bit closer. Dennis, where is he playing at? He's got a further back spot. Oh, no, he gets into the pit here in that B site. Navi spread out, taking it slow. They are on that forceful buy. Only Zeus without the armor as he goes for a lot more grenades here. They've got 3 smokes to work with, so Navi can't pull out a set strategy as a result of that. Can't get the bomb down, but moving forward without it, up towards short and long, looking for this picks first.
Dennis is like that one dude who got pancakes and they all got waffles at breakfast.
We actually saw them at breakfast, Mousesports. I'm not sure what exactly they ate.
I didn't realize it'd be relevant.
Yeah, I didn't think we were going to be able to work it into the cast. Otherwise, I would have checked it out.
Here's Chris J. Going to see the first action. Smokes are going to be thrown, and he's in a great position to just get kills because they won't know that he's here immediately, and Edward is going to be the first casualty of the round. Chris J. going to have to spin around and have to deal with 2 more players. Oh, no. The bomb might be able to go down here. 3v4.
Oh, going up on the box to look over. Might have been a mistake there from Guardian. He'll be brought down, but look at this beautiful smoke wall, though, from Navi. They will get the bomb down. And now coming through, it's going to be Gob. He's rotated back up. 3-on-3 here, but armor and UMPs on both sides at the moment. Gob looks over towards long. That's where Flamey is. It's a 1-on-1 here. And Dennis.
Pancakes for the win.
Yeah, pancakes will prevail. He will get the defuse here. Again, costly. They did just buy in for the submachine gun, so they didn't lose, I guess, as much value, but forced to rebuy up quite a bit here. After a bomb plant, Navi might want to...
What's an ump cost? 1,400?
I have no idea.
So they got 600 per kill.
Yeah.
They got a nice rebate on those UMPs, even though they died.
They didn't forget to mail it in either, so...
Yeah. No instant rebates.
That's how they get you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, expecting this after that plant, even though they forced up in the last one, they're going to force again. They're going to try to keep that pressure on. They're going to engage in that game of economic chicken up against the CTs, and the CTs always at the disadvantage in this game.
Yeah, well put. And yeah, it is going to be a good time to do that. I mean, their buys are nearly identical. Actually, no, I mean, there is the op of Chris J. At least there is that, which is, might be a surprise to Mousesports. The fact that they're able to afford this.
All right.
Man advantage early to Mousesports.
Yeah, that's going to be big. So they bring down C's. That also gives them the information that, hey, like they've got AKs. We got to watch out. And now Edward finds Chris J. So much for that op. Not surprising, Navi in the lead. Zeus going to be brought down by Spitty, who gives him the old crouch peek over there on the sandbags. Yeah, we'll smoke that off.
The Guardian's going to go try to grab this op. And there is no op to like defend it. I mean, he can just pick this up. Actually does get it. 3v4. Guardian has an op.
Yeah, he was scoping in there on the bank. He almost have, if he held it a little bit longer, might have seen Dennis. No way for him to know. 4-on-3 though, still for Mousesports. And the bomb is down very, very far away. It's going to take them at least another 15 or so seconds, maybe longer if they got to walk it to actually get back to the bomb.
Yeah.
And that's only going to leave them with one option.
And you wonder,
they have to go B at this point.
Exactly. And you wonder if that's what they wanted to do originally. Now, the bomb is staged up over there. They won't have another option. Flamey does have stairs control and can open it and go to water, so they won't have to spend too much time clearing stuff out, but they will have to hit entries, and the first man to see the action will be Speedy. It'll come down to him pretty much. If he can't get a good sight hold off, it's gonna be a round for Navi.
Yeah, they have to save. The utility nades were still here, the Molotov on short. There's no way for Navi to do this, so they back off, they will save, and they'll respawn right where they end the round, at least in Flamey's case. Let's see if he gets it. Will he respawn exactly where he's standing? That's the dream.
It's honestly a bit of a misstep by Navi to leave the bomb that far and not put it in a position that was where they could grab it. I mean, but if they, were a little bit more prudent there, they could have put the bomb in a more central position or made sure that whoever died with it had someone who could pick it up, because they did just throw away a round. I mean, it is 12-6 at this point. They are forcing behind 3 guns simply because they ran out of time and didn't have enough time to come away with a reasonable execute. And that's a decision they didn't want to have to make. Speedy gonna get flashed in a long B, I think, as they take a peek. See, playing way far back though. It's not gonna have any problems.
Navi still engaging in the war of the economies here, just trying to keep that pressure on. They're going for the 2 Tech 9s. They do still have their smokes, and we saw how effective that A take was with that smoke wall just across everything. So that was very nice. They could perhaps do that again, but they will have to work up past Chris J. Chris J jumps, gets shot at. Whether he saw anything or not, he knows that Guardian is there.
Yeah, Chris likes to move around a whole bunch, and he is
Barrel
quite the
spotted.
offer. Finds an opening pick. 5v4 once again. Last time it was 5v4. Mousesports won. Will that strat carry over into this round? And he finds another. Zeus goes down 5v3.
And into another spot where he can go for that 1 kill attempt again. Can't quite flick over in time, and Seas is able to capitalize off that first shot that missed. He finds him with a Tech 9, but it's still 4-on-3. Man advantage for Mousesports. Time advantage as well, honestly. 30 seconds means that Navi can't go anywhere else. And this time they're not in a position to save.
No, their stairs are completely cut off too.
There is Spitty right there behind them. Guardian is hoping that, you know, Mousesports feeling antsy would maybe push and give them that even exchange. Sees though with a beautiful shot onto next. Molotov's going down, trying to stop this plant. Sees not quite in the sight, but they find these entries. Gob is there, but he can't hold on, and now it's just Spitty. He does find one. He gets seized, but now the jig is up. They know that he's coming from behind, and they've got those fallback positions. They can go bank, stairs, truck, anywhere. Spitty coming in that 1v2. He will find it. Okay, 1v1, and Flamey, as we know, already low. Oh, but the smoke blocking it, and Flamey finds it, and there's that first round here in the second half for Navi.
Yeah, Navi do pull it back in a situation where Mousesports had it to a 5v3. 2 entries, insane entries were hit. C's got a couple kills for himself. He's up to 22 frags on the map. It's kind of back in form right now. And looking sharp for sure. Now, Speedy had the stairs cut off. The one play they could make was A, and that site was stacked. Again, we talked about this time and time again. Some of the worst spots to defend A from is from the A site itself, and we saw why. The thing was that they had 3 players there to make up for that disadvantage and still couldn't hold the site. Now they're on a save. The score line favors Navi so greatly that within one more loss, they're going to be on match point. Is it too late?
Now we get to see Navi doing what they love, just controlling these stairs connector. It's the pivotal position on this map for the terrorists, and actually Spitty, that's one of the doors that will, you know, degrade when shot at. So able to spot his barrel after the door fell apart, and they take him down. Next, hunted for that 1 dig, will not be able to find it. Edward brings him down. Just 3 players up for Mousesports. 2 P250s, and actually 2 Kevlars on those players as well. Let's check out their money. All right, everyone at about low to mid 2K on Mousesports.
Yeah, losing the first rifle round, not a good sign as well.
Yeah, that is. Well, it wasn't really, right? They kind of survived against that force buy a couple times, and then
you're
they
right,
fell
you're right.
in the force.
They got that bump plant. If they bought it.
To be honest, there hasn't been a true rifle round yet, right?
Yeah, that's true. No op at least.
So here, Mousesports getting into like the 4 grand territory will go in for this. That of course means no diffuse kits. That could be the bigger deal. No Molotovs as either.
Whoa, no kits.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an issue.
Hey, the rotation's fast on this map, right?
Navi are pretty good at planting the bomb.
That is true. It also worries me that there's no Molotovs to stop any of these rushes, or, you know, Navi's known to take it slow and execute with, you know, only a few seconds on the clock, and Molotov can just win you the game or the match. What am I trying to say? Round in that position.
But
4-on-4 though.
Yeah. Well-timed flash for Gabi. Gets the pick it long. That's an op down. Zeus actually finds it, picks it up, and recovers it. Now he's going to be moving over towards water. They know that long is open now. Chris J always plays there solo, and sometimes pushed up bathroom solo, maybe one of the holes in their defense. Next now is going to be taking an aggressive position. And I like that he's not conceding all the way to the site. This way, not only is he in a good position to get an early frag.
Has spotted everybody. Seen him do this multiple times when he jumps up and sees those CT players. They will notice it though, so they're aware they were spotted.
And there's the smoke. The execute is going to come out. The bomb is left way back there, though. Zeus and Flamey
Who needs the bomb?
are going to be trying to take fights.
Yeah, coming into this 3-on-4, Navi going to re-smoke that kind of cross. Lucky that it didn't drop down there into the little crack and then make that smoke useless. Will allow them to cover, though. The bomb going down, and now Gob striking from headshot. Will find C is going to peek out. Zeus is ready for him. He gets lit up, but Zeus finds the frag. And there, oh, Flamey, coming through with that AK. Dennis going to bring it into the 1-on-1. Zeus with the op, low HP, and he'll miss the shot. Dennis able to do it, and he does it fast enough that the kits don't matter.
Yeah, no need for the kit. And maybe all those extra nades ended up being the reason why they could do it. Wow. Flamey with a nice 3K on that round, almost locked it up, but Navi getting the bomb down, Mousesports playing for that retake. They really had to trust themselves to do it, but man, did it come close.
All right, so still down 7-14.
Oh, but look at this.
Money's still there.
Mousesports just barely hanging on still.
Yeah, Navi's still with
Rebuying
more
Famas
money.
is the worst feeling after you win a round.
That it is. Unless for some reason you're just a little bit off and you love the Famas.
You love the Famas, yeah.
If I just wish the burst was better, to be honest. I miss it. Well, let's see what's going on here. Again, more flashes and smokes and one kit on next, so they do have that going for them. Chris J also with the op. Navi, though, sticking all to the rifles right here. Edward going to go up, and he will not find the entry. Speedy brings him down. Gob's been spotted up in the barrels. He's going to just crouch there. Nothing actually to get him out of this position. Only 2 HEs up on Navi. They'll try to smoke him off instead, or Flamey will just shoot him in the head. 4-on-4 now. Navi once again executing on the B site. See that rotation starting to trickle down. Dennis, I like this play. Moves right back into the position where someone died, and I thought that was going to pay off, but no. Guardian will recheck it again. He just had a feeling, but it might not matter. 2-on-1 in favor of Mousesports. Chris J from the window hits the shot, and another round for Mouse.
Lock it up. Mousesports almost looking pretty good, and at this point actually are going to have to rebuy. Chris going to drop one. Speedy's going to drop one. That's going to leave one person to spend his own money, but good thing that's next. He's got 5,300. That's a full buy. Looking in much better shape right now.
And Mousesports finally can maybe take a breath. It's like the first round that Navi's not gone all in with armor, like Tech 9's, 1 AK or something.
Yeah.
Like besides the pistol round, Navi have had an AK every single round, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm forgetting one thing. But here we go. Chris J moving up very aggressive against the pistols. Maybe a bit questionable.
Yeah, it's possible. They didn't anticipate a buy there, and Chris multiple times has died on his own. Pushed up bathrooms, pushed up
didn't
long.
have much support with him there.
At the very same time, it's had a lot of impact, but in a situation where it's 14-8, you really need to cover your outs.
Now you've just give Guardian an op, so you can start to find those openings. But Dennis here can maybe turn it around. He'll find that initial frag, actually gets Guardian a bit through the wall. Will find another, so 2 kills, 3 kills from this position, and next gets the other one on short, brings down Guardian. Now 9 for Mousesports. They're working their way into those double digits. One more, and they're there.
This is what I was talking about, their CT side. If Chris stops dying so much at this point, like, he has having an impact. I like that they're playing aggressive bathrooms and that they don't give it up for a long time. They notice how key that is, and the only thing is that when I say Chris needs to stop dying so much, I mean somebody needs to be there with Chris.
Yeah, to support him.
Yeah, every single round if he wants to push up.
At least when he has been dying, he does most of the time hit that shot, so it does go 1 for 1, but as we know, that's still going to favor the terrorists.
Yeah, no, you don't want that.
So C's top fragger. I believe C's top fragger in the server right now, so he's trying to work into construction. He's got 23, and it's actually Chris J with the most on Mousesports up at 16. And I'm sure Navi going to look to take this slow again. Just basically look at the bomb in those upper tunnels. They're spread out everywhere. They've got everything watched. They're hoping for aggression to get a man advantage. But Spitty once again, he doesn't get it this time. He's been pretty successful with the just random timing peaks there into construction and finding a kill, but not this time.
C's now going to fall off, grab the bomb, and it looks like they're just going to push up. At this point, Nex and Dennis are all the way back because they had to sacrifice what looks like Chris to, go and watch long B. He's going to anchor this. This is going to allow Gabi to rotate freely if he wanted to, but if they do take A in this situation, it's going to be tough. These wall smokes from Navi have proved to be quite a problem for Mousesports, and it looks like Nex realizes that once he sees them coming out, is actually moving forward.
I was going to say maybe they can have that incendiary to put on the front of that bomb site, because that's the only place you can plant once you have that smoke wall, or I guess maybe in the smoke as well. But he threw it instead at long. And now they're just going to push through. Flamey gets the entry. Zeus and Party from the other side. Zeus finds 2. And Chris J, who is, as you said, anchoring over there at B, watching Monster, just going to scurry up. So this will put Navi up on that match point.
Navi are so fierce on this map. Holy smokes. They made it so that like Mouse didn't really have an option. Once they lost the man, obviously that was a pivotal point in the round because they had to sacrifice 2 for B. And the fact that Navi did spend a round going to B means that site was a potential threat. But after they had walked up bathrooms, cleared things out, and Long wasn't being held by the Alpha Chris. Oh, whoa, hello. They were able to do their simple A take. And once bathrooms is conceded, Navi will win the duels with you in sight every single time, it seems like. They threw like 1 smoke and flushed 3 players out and hit headshots all across the board.
So let's see if Mousesports can still fight back. It's Navi with, what, is it going to be 6 match points right now? Maybe they don't have to use any. Maybe Mousesports can get into those double digits, make it a bit closer, keep playing, getting used to Navi, as these teams have not played before.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems Mousesports are pretty much going tit for tat in terms of rifle rounds in this half. Maybe even have like at least 1 more. Definitely look more solid.
Wow,
I feel like it.
What a shot!
Where was that even?
Oh, it was in the stairs. Dennis went down for a quick peek with his op as well. They actually went Chris J and Dennis with the op.
That's when Dennis knew.
Which is actually, I thought it was Speedy that a lot of times took up the secondary op. Not that they do it very often, because I mean you do have Chris
Speedy's
J.
the primary Mag 7er, MP9er on rifle rounds on the team.
No, and the P90.
And the P90.
How many times do we see him with the P90?
Yeah.
And on the online, he goes for the Krieg and the AUG. Like,
yeah, he buys.
If they start dominating, he just pulls them out.
That's why we love Speedy. He buys everything.
He buys my favorite gun. All right, so 5-on-3 in favor of Navi. It looks like they can just close out this first map here. Unless there are some heroics by Nex, he would be a player to do it. He has that 5-7, and we know it can be so dangerous. No, he's not going to find it. Flamey brings him down the far end of those bathrooms. Sees and Zeus, and that's going to be at map 1. Overpass going the way of Navi, and we get a shot of him there. Cool, calm, collected, and I mean, I'm sure they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, I mean, there was their map pick. They're, as Thorin said, maybe regarded as the best team in the world on the map.
Definitely.
Excuse me.
I'll take over for Launders. Yeah, so it's not too surprising. We got the Mousesports team that hasn't played this map on LAN. Even the online results against some lesser teams haven't been great. Going up against one of the best in the world, a team you've not played before with this roster, and I don't even know have they even really met before that. Maybe a couple times, but even that's out at the 3-month window.
Yeah, I don't know if they've ever played against each other online before. So that is something. Overall, like, it was their CT sides that had the most to look at. On their T sides, they had options, but at certain points they were just like the team play effort was just on another level for Navi, and they managed to make less mistakes, right? And that was I think the philosophy that really was prevalent in how much and how many of the rounds were won decisively by them.
Yeah, and that's what we expected. I think I said going into the second half that they find the pistol, Mousesports. We know the CT side's going to be better, and it is a CT-sided map.
Yeah.
I thought they could get into the double digits at least, but they end there with 9. Still not a bad effort. They had some solid rounds on the CT side. But coming into Dust 2, we always regard that as Mousesports. That's going to be their map. Navi don't play very often, but of course they're still going to be pretty. It's Dust 2, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone pretty much, like, people ask me where I grow up, and sometimes I answer too fast, and I just say Dust 2. And I'm like, no, that's not right.
I'm Mirage.
Mirage? Yeah. Well, Strike before that, I guess. But, or can I not say that? Is that still under copyright? So Dust 2 and Train. Navi also regarded as a very good Train team as well. But
oh yeah, no,
I've studied up on Mousesports on Train. They're no slouches either.
Yeah, and that's the other thing about these two teams, right? They both have similar map pools that are fairly wide, but across all maps, Navi have better results. So that's always going to be a problem for them. But at the same time, on a map like Dust 2, what's really exciting is it might just come down to how many duels are going to be won by our offers, Chris J and Guardian.
Yeah, that's where Chris J will feel at home. I wanted to take a look because I thought it was interesting. We do always say, and I just said it, that Mousesports on Dust 2 is going to be solid, but their LAN results haven't been too promising, but they have been playing some of the best teams. But enough of us up here in the casting desk. Let's throw it down to our analysts. Scoots, let me check. Hiko, there's Hiko, and Thorin. Guys, take it away.
They're nervous up there that we're going to keep swapping people out. So, 12-3 first side. So great start by Navi, but again, it seemed like got a little rough there on the second side. Almost. I mean, I don't know if Navi was ever in a chance of losing it, but it just seemed like they were giving away some rounds that they really shouldn't have even.
I mean, we have seen this from Navi. That was what happened against Tempo Storm. When they get the lead, when they're 2 or 3 rounds from victory, they just get a bit loose. And also, at that point in the game, they will never save up. They will never do pure saves. They'll just force buy and wait till they win, you know. In this particular game, this is why I said there's not a whole lot of hope for Mousesports here. Navi's so good on this map, they were always going to have a very big CT half. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how good your tactics are. When a team's brilliant on CT side like that, they can make you look bad. So I don't blame Mousesports. They had some good entries. I mean, on the A side, there was times they just walked in there, just cruised in with 4 people. But overall, like on the B side rather, they were never actually really getting into the A side when it mattered with enough numbers, you know.
And something I noticed is that, as one of the casters was saying, yesterday when Luminosity was playing Navi, they were actually just walking up long and just taking battles to them and getting in with when they weren't looking. And we saw that a couple times where Nex, I think one round he had a Tech 9, he just walked through the long tunnel and ended up killing, I think, Zeus in the back when he was dodging flashes. So I think they definitely did their homework. And it doesn't matter how good you are on Overpass, like, Navi is going to be better than you.
Yeah.
And also, another thing we didn't say is, for some reason, that second half, closing it out was a big problem for them. We saw that one round where there was like 50 seconds left, they were thinking about where to go, and they just opted to save, which is not very characteristic of Navi at all.
Well, here's the weird thing. When they didn't have money, they forced up. They'd buy the Tech 9 armor. When they did have 3 guns, they were conservative, they'd save. So it's like on one hand, they knew, like, we've got the lead, we don't want to blow it, let's try again next round. But then at other times, they still were willing to potentially risk it. So it's just Navi. I mean, at the end of the day, they won. It was comfortable enough. They won't be thinking twice about that. They're just waiting for map 2 now.
Yeah.
If you Mousesports, I mean, some things worked, but it's hard to really feel good about that map. But then again, of the 3 maps, it was your worst chance anyway. For them, it's still like, listen, win Dust 2, and then it doesn't matter what happened on Overpass, we'll go into train at least, and we know that's a chance for us.
All right, well, that being said, the next map will be Dust 2. We're going to come right back. Short commercial break.